Bills Mafia, here we go again. Our team is always chasing improvement, always working, always adding, always finding ways to sharpen this roster so that when it matters most, we're ready to deliver the results this city deserves. That's what separates Buffalo from the rest of the league, the commitment to keep building, to keep fighting, and to keep getting better every single week. And before we dive into today's exclusive news update, I need you to do me a favor. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you never miss a beat. This season is about to be special, and we're bringing you every angle, every storyline, and every piece of breaking news right here. Now let's get to the big news. The Buffalo Bills just made another roster move as they prepare for Week 4 against the New Orleans Saints. After holding a series of tryouts in Orchard Park, the team officially announced the signing of linebacker Otis Reese IV to the practice squad on Tuesday. This comes right after Buffalo added former 7th-round draft pick Nick Broeker on Monday, giving the Bills extra depth as they continued to tinker with the roster. In a corresponding move, the team released cornerback Jalen Kimber. And that tells you something. Every decision the front office makes is calculated. Nothing is done without a purpose. Right now, that purpose seems to be reinforcing the linebacker and special teams depth chart, especially with some injuries starting to pop up. So who is Otis Reese IV, and what can he bring to this Buffalo roster? Let's break it down. Reese played his college ball as a safety, but transitioned to linebacker at the NFL level. He was signed by the Tennessee Titans as an undrafted free agent in 2023, and he impressed enough to stick around on the practice squad before being promoted to the active roster later in his rookie season. Not bad for a guy who didn't even hear his name called on draft day. And when he got a shot, he made the most of it. Reese appeared in 7 games, starting 3 of them. He racked up 21 tackles and finished tied for 4th on the Titans in special teams tackles. That's the kind of hustle you love to see from a young player carving out a role. Last season, Reese made Tennessee's 53-man roster right out of camp. He went on to play in 13 games, making 2 starts, collecting 17 tackles, and even snagging an interception. That's production, that's development, and it's proof that he can compete at this level. The Titans let him go during training camp this year, but now the Bills are giving him a second chance to prove himself. And here's why it matters for Buffalo. Linebacker Keontae Jenkins, who's been activated the last 2 weeks and has played about 50% of the Bills' special team snaps, suffered a leg injury against Miami. We don't know yet how long he might be out, but if Jenkins misses time, Reese could be in line for activation as soon as Week 4 against the Saints. Special teams don't always grab the headlines, but every Bills fan knows how important it is to winning football games. Field position, tackling, coverage. It can change games, and Reese has already shown he can be a force on special teams. If he's called up, expect him to make an immediate impact. Now, that's not the only big storyline circling Buffalo right now. While the roster is being adjusted behind the scenes, on the field, the Bills are off to a red-hot 3-0 start. And one of the driving forces behind that dominance? Running back James Cook. Cook, fresh off signing his massive $48 million extension, has looked every bit the Pro Bowl caliber back we've seen the past 2 years. Through 3 games, he's totaled 284 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's not just good, it's elite production, and it's a statement that Buffalo's offense is as balanced and dangerous as it has ever been. Cook was recently asked about the Bills' blazing start, and his answer was as simple as it was powerful. Just keep going. 3 words that sum up this team's entire mentality. Every week is about going 1-0. Every game is about doing your job, playing your role, and finding ways to win. Think about it. For years, the narrative around the Bills has all been about Josh Allen's arm, his heroics, his ability to carry this team. And don't get me wrong, Allen is still the engine of this offense, but with Cook running the football the way he is, defenses can't just key in on Josh anymore. They've got to respect the run, they've got to prepare for the big plays, and that opens up everything else in the offense. And let's give some love to the offensive line too. This might be one of the best O-lines in the entire league. They're giving Cook space, they're opening up lanes, and when you combine that with his power and his speed, forget about it. We've already seen him rip off runs of 44 yards against the Jets and 26 yards against the Dolphins. He's proving that he can be a game breaker at any moment. It's easy to forget, but just a couple of years ago, running backs were being written off as replaceable. Their market value dipped, teams weren't investing in them, and many analysts thought the position was dying out. But here in Buffalo, we're seeing the opposite. We're seeing exactly how valuable a dynamic, versatile running back can be to an offense chasing a Super Bowl. And James Cook isn't just filling a role, he's defining it. He's showing the league that when you have the right player in the right system, a running back can completely tilt the field in your favor. That's right, Allen became the only player in NFL history to record 31 touchdowns to just 1 interception over a 12-game span. Let that sink in for a second. 31 touchdowns, 1 pick, across 12 games. That's efficiency, that's dominance, and that's the kind of football that separates champions from everyone else. Tom Brady previously held the mark with 29 touchdowns and 1 interception during a stretch back in 2010 and 2011. Aaron Rodgers also had a run of 27 touchdowns to 1 pick. Even Jalen Hurts posted 2 different streaks with 28 combined touchdowns and a single interception. But nobody, not Brady, not Rodgers, not Hurts, did what Allen just did. He topped them all. And the best part? He didn't just do it through the air. This wasn't one-dimensional quarterbacking. Allen's streak includes 19 passing touchdowns, 11 rushing touchdowns, and yes, even 1 receiving touchdown. That's what makes him unique. That's what makes him special. He isn't just a passer, he's an offensive weapon unlike anything we've ever seen. Think about it this way. In the modern NFL, protecting the football is everything. Turnovers lose games. Coaches harp on it every single week, and for years, critics called Josh Allen a turnover machine, said he was reckless, said he couldn't be trusted to take care of the football. Well, look at him now. He's coming off a 2024 season with a career-low 8 turnovers, and he's showing that it wasn't a fluke. This is who he is now, disciplined, precise, and absolutely lethal when the game is on the line. And let's not forget, Allen is doing all this while leading the Bills to a 3-0 start in 2025. Against Miami, he went 22 for 28 with 213 yards, 3 touchdowns, and another 25 yards on the ground. Efficient, deadly, MVP caliber.
It's hard not to look back and remember draft night in 2018. There were fans, there were analysts, there were critics who all thought Buffalo picked the wrong Josh. They wanted Josh Rosen. They doubted Allen's accuracy. They doubted his ability to translate to the NFL. Some even said the Bills made one of the biggest mistakes in franchise history. Well, hindsight is 20/20, and right now, those takes look laughable. Because not only did the Bills pick the right Josh, they picked a unicorn, a player who was redefining the quarterback position in shattering records once thought untouchable. Buffalo went from decades of quarterback instability, cycling through names we'd all like to forget, to now watching one of the greatest talents in NFL history wearing our colors. That's not just luck. That's vision. That's development. That's the payoff of investing in a player who was raw but determined and giving him the time and support to become a legend. Now here's the kicker. This streak Allen just posted might never be broken again. We're talking about a level of production and efficiency that blends passing, rushing, and decision-making in a way the league has rarely seen. Brady did it with precision passing. Rodgers did it with surgical execution. Hurts did it with a blend of run and pass. But Allen, he's doing it all in every possible way. He is rewriting what's possible for quarterbacks in the NFL. He's not just the franchise cornerstone, he's changing the game. And let's be honest, this record means more in Buffalo than it would anywhere else. For years, Bills fans were told to settle for less, to accept mediocrity, to live in the shadow of New England and Tom Brady. How fitting is it that Josh Allen is the one surpassing Brady's mark? That our guy, the one they said couldn't make it, is now setting a standard Brady himself never reached. This is about more than just numbers. It's about legacy. It's about the Bills finally having the face of the league, the MVP, the guy every defense fears. Now here's where I want to bring Bills Mafia into the conversation, because this record raises some big questions. Do you believe Josh Allen is already on his way to being remembered in the same breath as Brady and Rodgers when it's all said and done? Does this streak prove he's the best player in the NFL right now? And maybe the most important question of all, does this give you the feeling that this year finally is the year Buffalo breaks through and brings home that Lombardi trophy? I know what I believe. I believe Allen's growth, his discipline, his fire, it all points to something special. I believe the window is wide open, and that records like this aren't just about bragging rights. They're about setting the tone for a championship run. So Bills Mafia, let's put it all together. The front office is adding depth, bringing in a hungry linebacker like Otis Reese IV to strengthen the roster ahead of the Saints game. Meanwhile, James Cook is tearing up the league in sending a message that Buffalo is more than just Josh Allen's arm. We are a complete team with stars at every level of the offense and defense. And that leads us to the big question. Are the Bills already showing they're the team to beat in the AFC? Do moves like signing Reese show just how deep and prepared this roster is for the grind of a long season? And do you believe James Cook is on his way to being the best running back in the NFL this year? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from every corner of Bills Mafia. And hey, before you go, don't forget to smash that like button if you're fired up about this team, and make sure you subscribe for more exclusive Buffalo Bills news and analysis all season long. We're chasing greatness together, and I'll be here with you every step of the way. Go Bills!